Hi, in this video I'll break down one of the biggest mistakes companies are doing that is preventing them from scaling to 60k per month and beyond. And I learned this the hard way. I was stuck at literally 10k per month for over a year with 0% profit margins literally because of this single mistake. So if you're watching this video, this might be one of the most important videos that you will watch this entire year, as I certainly wish that I had seen a video like this before I wasted a year of my life trying to build this business. This will help you get more qualified meetings with ready to buy prospects. It will help you increase your closing rate and will also help you do the fulfillment even better than you did before. And at the same time, you'll even get better results for your clients than you did before. And this is all about your avatar. And before you tell me, oh, I already know this, and yeah, this is one of the most basic things when it comes to starting a business. No, I don't think you really understand it. I don't think you understand it the way you have to understand it, and the same reason you're finding it difficult to scale. So let me explain. So what is an avatar? An avatar is definitely not only your ideal customer profile, your ICP. That is where most companies below 20k already struggle. Like, they think all companies that match their ideal customer profile is their avatar, but that is not how it works. So your avatar is your ideal customer profile that has the pain points that you can solve plus the dream outcome. So even though a company matches your ideal customer profile does not mean they are relevant to your services. The ones that are relevant to your services are the ones that match your ICP, have the actual pain that you can solve, and also want the dream. That is your avatar. That is who you need to communicate with moving forward. And here is where most companies fail. They're way too broad when it comes to their avatar. So you might even think, hey, I already knew this about their ICP plus the pain plus the dream, which is fine, but the reason you still find it difficult to scale because you are way too broad when it comes to your own avatar. So you have to be as specific as possible when it comes to their ICP, when it comes to their pain, and also when it comes to the dream. So even though you come to me and say, yes, but I can't help most companies, I have a lot of case studies in this industry, that industry, sometimes they have this pain, that pain, and we have every customer services, I don't care. Like, you have to be specific, and the more specific you are, the easier you are going to find it to scale your agency. And obviously that is what you want the most. You have to focus on one avatar, so stop being vanilla. If you say I'm everything to all people, I accept all customers, no one is going to get pulled into your marketing. No one is going to feel, oh, this is for me. You cannot go out to the market and say, hey, I help with this, I help with that, I help with this service, this pain, that pain, whatever it is. Like, you cannot do it. The more you do it, the more you're going to find it difficult to get more qualified meetings with ready to buy prospects onto your calendar. The more difficult you are going to find it to close the deals, and the more you're going to find it difficult to do the services and get results for your clients. And I will now break down why that is the case. The more specific you are when it comes to your avatar, the more easy you are going to find it to get more customers. So first, let's talk about why it's easier for you to get more qualified meetings with ready to buy prospects if you have a specific avatar. And I divide them into three main reasons. And the first reason is that when you talk to everyone, you talk to no one. People only book meetings when they feel understood. Like, when you are very specific with your call out, the right people, it's going to feel like you are reading their mind and they are feeling, this is literally for me. Your and your prospect's brain are wired in a way where you filter out everything that isn't about you. Meaning, if you are generic in your marketing campaigns, no one is going to feel like, hey, this is for me. So let me give you an example. Let's say you are a fitness coach and you go out to the market and say, hey, I help people over 40 get in better shape. Or you can say, hey, I help people over 40 get in better shape, that this is for men only that is over 120 kilograms, that is tired of going up the stairs and feeling exhausted every single time, and they just want to feel light again. Which one of these do you think will work the most for the right people? Obviously number two. So if you're focused on the pain side, you cannot go out and say, hey, are you tired of feeling out of shape? Are you tired of this? Are you tired of that? That is just generic pains. But you have to tie them up with also how the day and day looks like. And the more specific you are, the better your results is going to be. For example, are you tired of walking up the stairs and feeling exhausted every single time? That is a specific day-by-day pain, and also the things that they might even be embarrassed to say out loud themselves. Do you think the people that actually match your avatar in this example, when they hear the second option, will listen to you? 100%. Do you feel they are more likely to proceed with the next steps? 100%. If they proceed with the next steps, do you think they will be a qualified prospect? 100%. So again, when you talk to everyone, you talk to no one. The more specific you are, the more they are going to feel like, hey, this is literally for me. And when they feel that way, the chances of them proceeding with the next steps is so much higher. And that leads us to number two. You will start having meetings with people with a lot of pain. And that is what you want, right? Like, the more pain they have onto the call with you, the bigger are the chance of them actually becoming a customer. So when you are specific with the pain, where in your marketing you say, hey, this is only for people that have pain 1, pain 2, pain 3, guess what? You're only going to get companies and people that have pain 1, pain 2, pain 3. And again, the more pain they have, the bigger are the chances of them actually becoming a customer. Compare that to other companies that are just reaching out to the ICP and say, hey, we do X, Y, and Z service and you can get A, B, and C outcome. Like obviously, even if they get meetings, that is not qualified meetings. You want meetings with people that are pain, because pain is the only reason people and companies actually want to change the current situation. And that moves us to number 3, all your campaigns point in the same direction. So what this means is that when you focus on one avatar, your funnel is going to be one clear funnel all the time. And over time, as you obviously want to improve your funnel, that specific funnel is going to be one of the best funnels specifically to that avatar that want that dream, because you're getting actually good now. If you focus on different avatars, then you have to add different funnels, different videos, different case studies, and you're never going to get good the way you need to be good. So over time, if you only focus on one avatar, the path that they are following is going to get better and better over time. So that is going to be a very, very strong funnel eventually over time. So I hope you agree with me that the more specific you are with your avatar, the easier you are going to find it to actually get more qualified meetings with ready to buy prospects. And if you think, yeah, but I will lose more leads by being more specific, like you are not, you're just filtering out people that would not buy anyway. But at the same time, you will even get more meetings, and not only meetings, there will be more qualified meetings. Now let's move over to why it's easier for you to close more deals. I've also divided them into 3 main reasons. Number 1, you have meetings with people that are pre-qualified. When you're specific with your avatar, you are the one that set the criteria on who you actually want on a call. So let's say you sell marketing services and it's high ticket prices for 5K a month. Then you obviously need to make sure that they actually have a budget. But in your avatar, you can say, hey, this is only for e-commerce brands that are doing at least 50K per month and is spending at least 15K in ad spend. That means when you get meetings, they will match those criteria. If you say, hey, this is not for you, but this is only for you, you're not getting these companies or people that isn't matching your criteria. When you set the criteria, that means every single call will be pre-qualified because you were specific who this is for and who this is not for. Number 2, you have meetings with people with a lot of pain, and I cannot describe the difference between selling services with people that only want the dream compared to people that want the dream but also have a lot of pain and actually won't get out of that pain stage. And as I said, the bigger the pain, the bigger are the chances of them actually becoming a customer. And if you come to me and say, yeah, but if they jump on a call, that always means they have a certain kind of pain. Yes, that is true, but that doesn't mean they have a big enough pain to buy your services to get out of that pain stage. So let me give you an example of this. Like there was one time we sold coaching offers to people that wanted to start their own business. So obviously when you're selling how to start a business, you say, hey, we can help you set up an agency that makes 10K per month in the next 3 months. That is what we said. And obviously when we go out to the market and say these things, we are going to find it easy to get more meetings, but meetings does not equals customers. So even though they jumped on meetings, because we obviously also frame the meeting in a positive way, we say, hey, it's a free consultation, no commitment, not anything, and we will teach you exactly how you can do this in the next couple of weeks. Obviously we will get a lot of meetings. Everybody think it sounds great to have a business make it 10K per month in the next 3 months, but even though they find it interesting and want the outcome, does not mean they actually have enough pain to actually want to change the situation. Because when you're starting agency, you have to change your life, and the only reason people want to change their lives if they're not happy with their lives. So we actually find it pretty difficult to actually close these people into paying customers, even though the outcome was great and they also have a lot of experience when it comes to starting an agency. Maybe they were in sales, maybe they were in appointment setting, but at the same time they didn't have enough pain to actually wanted to change their lives. So I started to blame my own sales skills. So what I then did is that I hired a closer, a proven closer. I've worked with very similar offers that have made over $10 million over the last 5 years. So I thought that, hey, as long as I get him on board, he take the meetings, he will close 20 to 30% of them into paying customers. But he also struggled. Why? Because the meetings he got were the completely wrong meetings. Even though we made sure that they have budget, we're interested, and they actually was the type of person that starts a business. Even though we had those criteria, the closer we also had were struggling to convert them into paying customers. I will give you another example. If you say again a fitness coaching program, then you go out and say, hey, I can help you get 6-pack in 3 weeks, and it's a tailored roadmap, whatever, jump on the call and I will share with you some thoughts and some ideas, whatever. You can get a free consultation, something like that. Obviously, you will get a lot of meetings if you go out to the market and say this. But again, even though you get meetings does not mean you are able to convert them into paying customers. The one you are able to convert are the ones that have a lot of pain. So I hope this makes sense. Like when you start being specific with your avatar, then you are going to get meetings with people that have a lot of pain, and they are the ones that you can actually convert into paying customers. So when we changed our marketing for the coaching service example that I had earlier to, hey, this is only for people that are tired of seeing people online that have a lot of success, you're tired of living with your parents, being 22 years old and actually feeling a lot of unsuccessful. That was the marketing campaigns we said, hey, guess what? Then we only got meetings with people that felt that way. But when we got those meetings, it was so much easier for us to actually convert them into paying customers. We increased our close rate by 25%, but that changed alone. So again, when you be specific with your avatar, you will start having meetings with people that have a lot of pain, and pain are the reasons people want to change. If they don't have pain, they're never going to buy from you. So every time someone buys a product or a service, it's only about solving a pain. If you're not hungry, then you're never going to go out and buy food. If you don't have problems with traveling or transport, you're never going to buy that car unless you have some status problems or whatever. Even for people that go out and party, like you might think, hey, they're just having fun. No, they're solving problems of not feeling lonely, wanting to feel included. There's always about a pain. So that moves us to number 3. Your sales calls will be the exact same. So what most companies are doing when they have different avatars, different ICPs, different pains, different dreams, their sales calls are also different. And when the sales calls are different, they're never able to become good, because then the questions are different, the pitch is different, the objection handling is different, the negotiation, the services you are even going to do afterwards is going to be different. You're never able to become good at one specific avatar that wants one specific dream, because if you start getting meetings that looks identical with each other, that is when you will become very good over time, because they are literally the same people that jump on calls with you. They're on the exact same stage, they have the exact same pen, and also they have the exact same dream. So ultimately what this means that you are going to find it much more easier to actually close the deals by having one specific avatar. Now the final one, easier to do the service deliverability. It's also 3 main reasons. Let me try to explain this. Like every client will follow the exact same roadmap from A to B all the time. When you make sure that the companies and people look identical with each other and they have the exact same dream, they are going to follow the same roadmap all the time. So let me give an example of why this is so important and why this is going to be a game changer for your company moving forward. So again, you have 2 different stages. You have point A and you also have point B. Point A is the pain stage and point B is the dream stage. And what is going to take you from getting from point A to point B is obviously your services. The problem becomes when you have, for example, a company that's have another starting point. Then your services become a little bit different. You want that? No. What happens if you get a 3rd company that have a different starting point, and then a 4th, and at the same time those companies even have different dreams, they want different outcomes. So what that allows you to do is that you have services that looks like this. It looks like a mess because you have different companies that have different starting points, different outcomes. Do you want services that looks like this? I hope you said no, because then you're never able to become good. What you want on the other hand is that you want to have services that looks like this. Every time you get a client that looks identical like the other one and they have the exact same dream, you will take them on the journey with your services to get them to dream stage every single time, and it's going to look the same and same and same. And do you notice what happens the more and more you do this? This line indicates your services is going to be super strong over time. You will have bulletproof services on how you can get your customers to the dream that works every single time. So do you want services that looks like this, or do you want services like looks like this, like a total mess? Obviously you want this, because that is when you start getting real confidence and actually getting good results for your client. You have so much case studies, and the more you do it, the more efficient you are going to be, the more easier it's going to be for you to hire people, outsource a few things, because it's going to be the same all the time, and that will be better and better and better over time. And I can tell you from my experiences that this was the reason we were stuck at 10K per month over a year. Like, we worked in so many different industries. We worked in management consulting, we worked SaaS, we worked IT, we worked finance, we worked in pretty much every single industry you can think of. What happens then is that we are never able to become good at one specific industry. And when we are not as good as we need to be, our clients stop working with us. So we were in a position where clients were leaving us as often as we got new clients, right? And every time we got a new client, we had to dive into that industry and learn completely new things. We had to learn data analysis, whatever that means. Like, it takes time to learn things. But again, if your then second client is a completely different client, then you have to start from scratch. And that is what point 2 is about, which is that you stop starting from scratch. If you start from scratch, you're never able to become really good at one specific service, because over time, if you make sure that you have the same avatar, you can duplicate the campaigns and the services for each one of them all the time, and over time you have such a strong service specifically to that avatar. And the reason we were stuck is because we didn't have anyone telling us this. So what happened after that whole year of trying and failing and figuring out everything on your own? We had to focus on one avatar, and as soon as we did that, everything changes for us. So after watching this video, I hope you also understand that why it's important to actually learn from the people that are ahead of you, because they have made the mistakes, and you have to try to do your best and not doing the same mistakes as people ahead of you. That cost us a year. So I try for a couple of people that watch this video to avoid the same mistakes I did, and it's important to actively look for more knowledge, because you at the same time, you don't know what you don't know, but that is another story. The third one is that you get case studies from the exact same avatar, so your campaigns get getting stronger. So when you make sure that you have that avatar and you stick with that avatar, you get the first avatar really good results. That result is going to help your marketing campaign to the same avatar on another level. Because what most companies are doing, that they're sharing case studies with this industry, with that industry, different avatars all the time. That doesn't resonate as good as it does if you only have one avatar and say, hey, do you feel this way? Do you have that outcome? Hey, we actually had this company or this guy that felt the exact same way, and this was the result he was getting. And I hope you agree with me with all these reasons. It's going to help you get more qualified meetings with ready to buy prospects. It's easier for you to close the deals, and it's also easier for you to do the service deliverabilities. I understand that you probably struggled a couple of times doing the service deliverabilities. Like, some of you might even have been in business for many years, maybe 10 plus years, but at the same time, 50% of the time you get a client, you struggle to get them results. They trust you with their money. I hope I at least changed some directions for some of the people that watched this video. I hope that I saw a video like this, understood the importance of these things. Alright guys, I hope you found this video helpful. Obviously, there is more essential things that you would need to perfect if you actually want to scale your business. Avatar is important, but you cannot rely on avatar. You also need to have a good offer, a good lead magnet, a good sales system. You will need to know how to pre-handle objections, how to good landing pages, hooks, VSLs, everything when it comes to the foundations in order for your campaigns to work the way you want them to work. So I have put together a free resource called the Bespoke Scaling Playbook that shows exactly what you are missing in order to scale your business the way you want it to scale it. That includes having good offers, good lead magnets, good sales process, pre-handling objections, everything when it comes to the foundations. So when you build it correctly, you can actually scale your business. If you want this free resource, reach out to me on Instagram. My username is emil.kallman. DM me, scale, and I will share it to you there. Alright, thanks for watching and see you soon.